Welcome, beautiful soul. This is Midlife Butterfly, the space where you remember who you truly are beneath all the roles, responsibilities, and expectations. I'm your empowerment guide, Ken as you, and I hold this space for women in midlife who are ready to rediscover themselves, reclaim their joy, and live fully aligned. If you are new here, welcome to our cocoon. You've just entered a place where choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's sacred. In today's episode, You First Without Guilt, we'll explore how awareness transforms overgiving into overflow and how putting yourself first becomes the most loving thing you can do for everyone around you. So take a deep breath, drop into your heart, and let's dive into this truth together. If you listen to my previous solo episode, which it was episode number 42, I talk a lot about the myths of putting yourself first. And yes, I know I said a lot of fuck that. But the truth is, it's finally time to shift the paradigm. It has to be about the self first. Okay? Because let's be honest, how many times have you found yourself running around for everyone else, giving, fixing, organizing, and realizing halfway through the day, you haven't even checked with you. You haven't even checked in with you. Right? So no, we gotta start with the self. With the self. And when I'm saying starting, I'm aiming from the moment that you just wake up. And even if you can do it before, when you go to bed, also do that. So you go to sleep in a better state and get to sleep the best that you can or as much as possible, right? But I'm going to start with in the morning. Why morning practices are so important. And I'm focusing on this because it changed my life. When I started doing that morning practice, I felt more grounded. I felt more aware during the day. I felt less triggered, and I was able to handle much better my day. And since then, it has shifted for many years. It keeps shifting still. Like some of the practices that I do now is meditation, journaling sometimes, not every day, but then I have movement, I'm doing breath work. Sometimes it's just yoga. It's whatever it is that you can do in the morning, but is focus in you, in stillness. Or even if you're going for a walk, it's you and your thoughts. You are not listening to something, to somebody. That time with yourself is such a precious gift, because then from there you can set your day with intention, because from there, from your morning practice, you literally set the tone for your day. And you set the state that you want to feel in instead of reacting all the time. So I highly recommend you to start with a morning practice, even if it's 5 minutes. I promise you that it feels so freaking good that you're gonna keep increasing it. Like seriously, I remember I started meditating like for 10 minutes. Now my average is 20, but my morning practice itself during the morning, it's of minimum 1 hour and a half. And yeah, I freaking put an alarm in the morning so I have that time, the precious, beautiful time to nurture myself first before everything else. So this is really about filling your cup first. Which are your needs as soon as you wake up? How is it that you want to feel during the day? Which are the goals or the tasks that you're having during the day? That hopefully you look at them the night before just to have a quick idea of how your day is going to be, right? But then you know, okay, so this is what I'm expecting to have tomorrow. So I'm filling up my cup. So then you don't run up on an empty cup and then burn out. Because the truth is, when we give from an empty cup, we give from scarcity and resentment. Have you ever felt resentment towards someone because you actually did or didn't do something that you wanted or you didn't want to do, and then you blame the other person? Like, really? No, it is your responsibility, my love. It is yours and yours only. So fill up your cup so you give from a place of love and overflow. And the cool part about this is that when you put yourself first, this creates a ripple effect in your exterior world. Because when you are waking up in the morning and having that morning routine with you and already, I don't know, having, again, like meditating, probably you also reading something that is nourishing you. You probably have affirmations, right? You already set the tone over there of how you want to approach the day. And the thing is, we are energy. You are energy. Everything is energy. So it depends how we act outside, how we are living outside. That's the energy we're going to get back. Because if you have noticed sometimes that you are grumpy, you're going to notice that everyone around you is fucking grumpy. And is it them or is it you? It's a reflection. So really, really is, again, when you fill up your cup, when you have that full cup with the overflow, that effect of joy, of abundance, of peace, of harmony, or even if it's neutral, that's what you're going to get from the external world. And yeah, this is about energetics. What can I say? I'm still kind of like putting all these things together, you know? But well, so this is what it is. And then the other thing, when you know how you want to feel, what your state is, and if you already know how your day is going to be in general, if you're going to know who you're going to approach, you don't know, at work or a family member or whatever, you can prepare ahead of time by setting boundaries. Yes, it's up to you to set those boundaries, to put limits before somebody else crosses them. So if you know if you're going to meet someone that triggers you, then be mindful with that. Meaning, and this is one of the things that I tell my clients, really kind of practice. Because if you know how, more or less, how the situation could be with this person every time you interact with them, just be prepared. You know it's going to happen. So one of the things that you can actually do is when you are meditating, when you are in your space of stillness, imagine that you have either a shield in front of you or like if you put yourself in a bubble. Imagine yourself that you are protecting your energy. Your energy is precious and it's up to you how you want to keep it. Yeah, life is going to continue to happen and people are still going to be there. But the thing is, the more aware you are, the better you're going to be at protecting your energy and the better you're going to be at setting your boundaries. Okay? So that's why it's important also to put yourself first. Because yes, like I just mentioned, there's going to be situations where you're going to be wobbling, you know, that probably things or circumstances that you are more used to react. The cool part is when you have already a morning practice where you feel grounded, instead of reacting, you actually act. Or even if you are on fire inside, to the other person or to the circumstance, you're gonna show up in a calmer way. You're not going to explode. And even if that happens, I mean, so the idea is, yes, you're gonna wobble. Yes, things are gonna happen outside that it might trigger you, that is gonna be like, what the heck is happening right now? The thing is, it's up to you to have that awareness to come back to center as fast as you can. Or if you can, there's a situation and you can actually walk away from it and say, you know what, give me one moment, I'll be back to you, freaking do it. It is your right. You can go away, go to the washroom, scream over your arm or to a pillow if you find it, just to process that anger or frustration that I can come through to you. Okay? Because this life is a roller coaster and it's going to continue to be like that. The better you get at grounding yourself in the morning to get into that alignment, into that force that is within you, and more when you are grounded to Mama Gaia, and also you are grounded and connected to Source, to God, to the universe, the easier it's going to be for you to recalibrate every time there is a situation, there is someone who is just getting into your nerves. And at the same time, it's very important that just notice that you are the observer, okay? So observe those emotional fluctuations with compassion and with kindness. Because sometimes a lot of these reactions that we have, they don't even come from us. They don't even come from you. They come from the collective, from the news, the bad news that are always there. They can come from the reaction of your mom, and I'm giving this example because I remember I used to be a very grumpy person to get triggered very fast. And it's something that I learned unconsciously from my mom. Right? So that's why it's important, that compassion and that kindness towards yourself when things like this happen. But again, the more you have, the more you put your first by filling up your cup, the better you're gonna be at coming back, to that alignment within you. The other cool part is the more you take care of yourself, the more you start loving yourself more. Your standards are going to start getting higher. And you're going to be clearer on which your standards are. And yes, I'm talking here about worthiness. Because unfortunately, most of us, we think that we are unworthy, which is also a fucking program that we have been giving, because just by existing, just by being you here alive right now, you are already worthy. And even when you might not believe it, I know I've been there. It's about remembering, it's about healing those layers that doesn't allow you to see who you truly are at the core. Because the more you get to know you at a deeper level and get to know yourself, you're gonna notice how those standards are going to keep increasing and increasing and increasing, because you're gonna want to keep your energy and being more aware also with whom you are spending your time, right? I assure you this is going to happen, because this happened to me and a lot of women that I talk to. They are like, oh yeah, I used to go out with this bunch of people very often and stuff. And it's like, I'd rather don't go. Exactly. Because you know at a deeper level who you are, you're taking care of yourself. So of course, you're not just going out there to talk to known people or acquaintances when you know that it's not nourishing, that is not supporting your lifestyle anymore. So yeah, that's a really cool part of putting yourself first, let me tell you. Because then also from there, it comes this creator mindset, which means when you actually make choices from your deep consciousness. I mean, because we are all conscious, right? So that's what I mean. It's a deeper consciousness, because the more you're taking care of yourself and nourishing yourself every day, filling up your cup, being more aware, noticing how your energy shifts, then you experience life at a different level. It's so fucking cool. Because you don't have time to waste. You don't have energy to waste. Nor in drama, not in victimhood, not with other people that might be draining you, because at one point you're gonna be setting better boundaries, as I mentioned before, actually. And those boundaries are with yourself, and they're also with other people. And the cool part about this creator mindset that you grow, the more care you have about yourself, is that you recognize that awareness that you have by prioritizing you, by putting yourself first, without guilt, without shame. This precedes transformation. It transforms you. It transforms your world in such a magical way. Then you're gonna understand what I'm telling you, why morning practices and filling up your cup, it's essential. It's gotta be part of your day to day, because first you, sister, first you. Once you put yourself first, the rest follows. It follows, because you stop living in autopilot, because you have that awareness of what is happening in your day and what you can create in your day. And you understand that life doesn't happen to you. It's actually happening through you and for you, because you are in a better state of being, in a better emotional, from the emotional scale, you are on the highest levels more often. I mean, on the positive emotions that we call between codes, because they are not good or bad. They're not positive or negatives. They are just there to show us where we are. But then you are more aware where you want to be. Because yes, I mean, again, I mentioned before, life is a roller coaster. And sometimes you might be in a peak and high, a lot of joy, and something's going to happen. It's going to bring you a moment of sadness or grief. But again, it's up to you to, with that awareness, with that structure and groundedness that you're going to build in the morning, to come back to that alignment, to come back to that peace, to that moment or neutrality, if that's what you need. Because it's not also about being like in this, I would call it like this happy excitement all the time. No, we cannot live there either. I mean, that's what I think emotions are so beautiful, because if we will not have sadness, we will not know what joy is, what happiness is. And if we will not have a grief, we will not know how precious it is to be able to love someone. Because grief is another kind of love. So, sorry, I guess I deviate a bit, but my point is here. First, you. That's the only way that you can come home to yourself. And that's why I created a 3-day activation from November 18th to the 20th to help you come back home to yourself. It's important that you come back to you to fill up your cup, so then you can transform your life, and from there you can create that ripple effect of joy, of abundance, of bliss, pleasure, peace to everyone and everything around you. And once somebody comes to you and tell you, oh wow, your energy is different, please come and tell me. That keeps happening that to me often and often, and it's just so fucking beautiful to experience that. And I want you to do it too by putting first you. So come and join me at the activation. I'm gonna be sharing the link in the show notes. I hope to see you there. And please DM me in Midlife Butterfly. Tell me in Instagram, tell me what you think about this episode. Tell me if you're already doing some morning practices. Which is your morning practice? Yes, I would like to know that. And since I'm also a coach in habits, not only, well, it's part of my empowerment guide, tools that I have here. I'm a coach in habits, so I will be happy to help to guide you how to actually create a morning routine that it fits to your needs, to your lifestyle, because everyone has a different type of lifestyle, and I will be more than happy to support you with that. Thank you so much for being here in Midlife Butterfly Podcast, for listening. I hope to see you soon. And if you feel like writing a review on Apple Podcasts, that would be more than cool. And if you want to write a comment in Spotify, you can do that too. As usual, I send you a lot of love. Take care.